And Trump himself is now distancing himself from the Epstein files, despite the fact that he was out here campaigning on that. Here's Trump. Listen to him describing now the Epstein files.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think, well, really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. But credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say, let them have it.
So, you know, you got to pay attention to what he says there, right? First of all, now he's talking disparagingly about anybody who's asking about the Epstein files, right? They're falling for it, right? And then he's talking about, but you know, anything credible we can release so that now he can, if anything comes out about him in the Epstein files, he can say it's not credible, right? You gotta pay attention. He went so far as to call it a hoax, y'all. He went so far as to call the Epstein files a Democratic hoax when it was these motherfuckers. It was the right wing. It was them who wanted these files. And now suddenly, it was a hoax. There are no Epstein files. And so this has created a huge rift in the in the MAGA Republican Party. This has created a huge rift. Oh, there was a tweet. I want to read this tweet that let's see if I can find it. Yeah, Donald Trump also made a tweet, or sorry, a Truth Social tweet, whatever the hell whatever you call the things that he puts out on his Truth Social platform, where he basically said, let me see if I could find this. Oh man, where he basically said that, like, you know, that MAGA, who the MAGA supporters who were still asking for the Epstein files, he was like, I don't want their support. He came out and said, I don't want their support. Screw them, basically. And he wrote this out, okay, saying that he didn't want their support. And so MAGA's not feeling that. Suddenly on my timeline, I'm seeing MAGA putting out these videos of them lighting their Make America Great Again hats on fire. You know, they're coming out and talking about how, you know, how they're so upset with the Trump, how they feel so betrayed by Trump. And here is a media personality. His name is Nick Fuentes. He's big in the right-wing manosphere, that, you know, red pill content. And he was he is big-time MAGA supporter. And he's one of the people that was demanding these Epstein files. And this is what he had to say after Trump came out and said, I don't even want the support of MAGA Republicans who are still questioning this Epstein quote-unquote hoax. This is what he said.
And now he says, if you're not on board with the Epstein cover-up, oh, I don't want your support. You're a weakling. Fuck you. Fuck you. You suck. You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid. You are not funny. You are not as smart as you think you are. You are, and honestly, and if you watch my show, you know I've been very critical. I've never been this far. This just goes to show this entire thing has been a scam. When we look back on the history of populism in America, we are going to look back on the MAGA movement as the biggest scam in American history. And the liberals were right. The MAGA supporters were had. They were. When we look back in history, we will see Trump as a scam artist who served as a vehicle for this rather than the other way around. We were not the vehicle for Trump. Trump was the vehicle for all of us.
I mean, it's almost like we told y'all. Like he said, the liberals were right. I'm not a liberal, but, you know, anybody on the left, anybody who's not a MAGA Republican is a liberal in their eyes. But that's exactly, we've been telling y'all this. We told you he's a scam artist. We told you this guy is a hustler. This fool is sitting here selling gold sneakers and Trump Bibles and Trump crypto and Trump cell phone service and you know, while he's in office, and y'all are sitting here being like, you know, shocked when we were telling you that he's a scam artist. Y'all looking at us like we're the devil, like we have two heads. And now your own people are saying it. Nick Fuentes is one of the big dogs in this community. He said, fuck you, Trump. They don't be talking like that to Trump. Sometimes, you know, they scuffle in Trump land. It happens. But, you know, this is a big step. Okay? And him to say what we all know to be true. Of course, this man is going to go down as one of the biggest grifters in history. And how did he get away with it? Because you fools allowed him to. And now you guys woke up and decided that, oh yeah, the liberals were right. And so and he's not the only one. He's not the only one. A lot of people on right-wing media are still asking about these Epstein files. They want to see them. And they're not letting it go. And Trump is losing his mind. And his department, his DOJ is trying to cover up for him. Sorry, DOJ is trying to cover up for him. And it's just so ironic, the flip-flop. You went from being like, we're going to release it all, to now Epstein. Who that? I ain't never heard of that boy. Who's that?